What up, everybody? Yeah, it's Wednesday. I'm full of energy. At least one of us is. Because this is Wednesday, Monday Night Bros, where we don't really have a topic. We're just going to sit around. We're going to hang out with all the awesome people in the chat because there is a ton of folks coming in today on this awesome Wednesday. It's new comic book day. It's middle of the week. It's hump day. I can almost smell the weekend coming. It's going to be there. I am Gabe. Gabe loves 90s comics. And with me is my boy Lou. What up, man?
As LA Knight would say. Yeah.
What is up? What is up, man? I'm ready to just chat with all the cool people in the chat today, talk about comics, talk about, I'm still mad about Silver Surfer casting, whatever it is. I'm in. I'm ready. I had an easy day at work. I had a nice workout. I ate. I took my vitamins.
Oh, yeah.
It's a solid day today, man. What have you been up to?
Brother, it's been crazy. It's just been honestly crazy with the whole work thing. Because we're in our peak season right now, and they've decided to change things how we do, so it's been just kind of a giant mess and everything. And on top of that, I'm seriously looking for a different job at this point. Like, really, honestly, head to the grindstone. I'm applying for things. I'm hoping to hear some callbacks pretty soon in the next few weeks. Because I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this.
I hear you, dude. And it's the end of the school year, so I know you guys are in a hustle. The end of the school year is wild. Yeah. I know that everywhere.
Yeah. And not only, it's just really bad decisions that are being made. And I'm just like, okay, all right, that's what we're doing. That I'm gonna find something else.
Plus, you live in Florida, so it's probably getting hot as balls down there.
Oh my god,
there's some weird stuff going on in general.
It's Florida. I will say, the positive thing about Florida is, well, there's not much, but it's on the ballot this year. You were the one that sent it to me. Recreational marijuana is apparently now up for vote in Florida, which
now's your chance, dude. Now's your chance.
Oh my god. Look, I'm not a big voter guy. I will be voting for that. I will be out there in the polls.
Man, vote, and then your beaches are always going to smell like weed.
Oh my gosh, dude. And see, here's the thing. I am surprised that it's still illegal in a good chunk of this country. Why is this still illegal? It's considered, I forgot what the classification is. I think it's considered
like a class 3 drug or something.
Heroin.
Class 1, like something like that. Yeah,
I don't know. It's considered something stupid, like along the lines of heroin or something like that, which is
exactly
stupid.
And they're trying to get it down to like lower like classifications or whatever, just for the idea of being able to scientifically experiment with it for medical reasons and everything else like that. So
yeah, it's completely dumb.
It is what it is, dude.
It's totally dumb. I have friends and relatives who they had to deal with cancer, and marijuana has helped them.
Dude, I know people who just got over like depression. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. It helped me like when I was going through some bad times. You know. Just because it'll make me a little bit more self-reflective.
Absolutely.
I can kind of just like mentally jujitsu through, the problems I have and what's causing them and why I feel that way and how to get over it, So
I really don't understand.
It's a thing for people. And it's not for everybody. Like, I'm not going to say that everybody should go out there and do what you got to do, because it can cause mental snaps in the wrong individuals, but that's the same with almost anything, though. But it does have a lot more usefulness than they were trying to tell us when we were kids. Reefer madness and stuff like that was going on.
Did you go through the DARE program as a kid?
I did, and I got I went through the DARE program. Like, I was hardcore into it because I wanted to get like the cop would give you like a certificate and a medal, and I was like, dude, I want that medal. So this DARE cop was cool. Like, he played soccer with us and football with us during recess, all that stuff. And I did whatever I had to do, what it was, to get the medal. So he takes him out to his police car, pops the hood, and there's like a ton of medals in the back of the trunk of his car, and I was like, man, bullshit. Like, I was so flabbergasted. Like, all the air was let out of my balloon because I thought it was something special. But this dude just had a ton of them back there, and I was like, oh man, like, forget it.
And that is what led Gabe down the road of hardcore drugs.
Oh man, the next morning I was shooting up behind a dumpster.
Oh Jesus, man! Yeah, the DARE program. I think historically speaking, the DARE program was a failure, though. I forgot where I read that, but
I mean, the war on drugs in general was a failure.
Oh, completely.
Right. So
yeah, completely, it really is. You know, I'm of the mindset that lesser grades of things such as marijuana and mushrooms should be legal, because why not at this point? I mean, you know, it's the stronger stuff, of course, keep it illegal and things like that. But
yeah, I'm not saying this turned into San Francisco or anything.
No. But lesser things like marijuana, mushrooms, and things like that, psychedelics. Why not? You know, why not make it at least legal to a certain? Why police it? 21 and over, you know, something like that. 18 and over. Same thing we do with cigarettes. You can enlist in the military and potentially lose your life, which, by the way, I have a ton of respect for those of you out there that are in the military. I have family that have served. I'm not dogging you. Awesome people. Love y'all. But you can't smoke with Jay.
Well, it's one of those things where I think they lowered the voting age because of that, because people were getting drafted and they can't even vote at the time. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But you sent that video into our chat.
Yeah.
Of the Vietnam draft, and it had all these birthdays up, and that's how you knew if you got drafted, is like your birthday was on there.
Whew.
Man, I'm glad that I didn't have to go through that.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. If you
imagine sitting there on the couch watching TV,
oh my God,
and you just got to be like, fuck, there's my birthday. There it is. I'm going. I'm probably going to die or come back a crazy person.
Dude, so for those of you that don't understand, so I found a video on, it was probably Instagram or something like that, and basically what it was it was literally old footage of them doing the draft on TV, where, hey, if you have this birthday that comes up from this lottery, you are drafted in the military to go and fight in Vietnam or whatever it was when the draft was in place. And I said, well, damn, Gio, looks like you and I are getting shipped off to Vietnam, because I think Gio and I we share the same birthday.
Yeah.
And it was something like number 4, the 4th one that got pulled up, and I'm like, shit.
Yeah. And that was the first one. That wasn't like, you know, they did that like on a regular basis. It wasn't just like here it is. They just kept doing it, you know. Like my dad, I don't remember if he got drafted or if he volunteered. But either way, I mean, he's probably his number probably got called one way or the other, you know. So
yeah. I mean, look what happened.
Times, man.
Muhammad Ali fought it, and he went to jail for years.
Well, yeah, because that's when he changed his name to Muhammad Ali.
Yes,
I think that's when he discovered his new religion and identity, was when he was in prison for. He was the one that was like, "What did the yellow man ever do to the black man?"
Yeah,
you know, why do I need to be out there? What up, Kenny? Glad you're here, man. No worries that you missed. You're always here in our thoughts, in our hearts.
You know who's always there for our thoughts and our hearts?
Man, you know there's somebody there for us all the time. And that is everybody. Welcome to Omnibros Live, where we are sponsored by the greatest website there is for ordering all your trade paperbacks, omnibuses, collected editions. All your hardcover needs are found in one single location, and that is instocktrades.com, where you can get your hardcovers, manga, all that stuff that you love, up to 42, sometimes 50% off, a lot of times even more if you look at the red tag sales. So this is the place you want to go if you want to save money. The prices are only getting higher. Don't pay cover price for your comic book needs. Go to instocktrades.com, where if you make an order over $50, which is super easy to do these days, especially with the rising prices of these Omnis, $50 or more in the United States gets you free. That's right. Free 99, free shipping on your order, and you get the best packaging. You get the cool little box with the other box inside, and you get the wrap. You get the styrofoam. You get whatever it needs to be done. You get peanuts sometimes. You make a really big order. They know what they're doing. Awesome customer service. The #1 spot for all your collector's edition needs. Everybody, if you've ever done it before, check out instocktrades.com. If you have done it before, go back and make another order, because that other order, if you make it within a week of your last order, you get an extra 2% off. So, man, just stacking some deals there at instocktrades.com. Everybody.
There you go.
Yeah.
With the way things are, man, with the way things are with gas, with everything out there, that 2% makes a big difference. Right?
Dude, inflation's not stopping, bro. That keeps going up, dude. Keeps going up.
Man.
Housing prices, all that stuff. Thank God I already have a house. Like, I'm kind of in the clear in that department of things. But
what do you
anybody else?
What's the interest rate? What's the humble brag? What's your interest rate? What are you locked into?
2.5%, something like that.
Oh, Jesus. Beautiful. That's a beautiful thing, man.
Yep.
So you will die in this house. That's what you're saying.
I mean, we'll see what happens. You know, I thought about getting a second house as like an investment, but it's a lot going on right now. I saw a thing that said that 18% of home sales was done by corporations.
Oh, I believe that.
So, yeah.
I believe
tinfoil hat on, everybody. They're trying to turn everybody into renters.
That could be it.
Wildness. So we got Kenny in the chat. We got our boy Javier in the chat. Super laugh hard. Bob Fisher, what's up, Bob? Smothery Lion. William Lee, good to see you, William. Samantha J in the house. What's up? What's up? Who else is in here today? NFL dude, we got one of our awesome mods in the chat. Watch out for him. If you guys are too much jerks, or you say something silly like The Matrix is a horrible movie, he'll boot you.
NFL dude, yes. Also a patron. Love you, buddy.
Thank you. Patron. That was good, dude. We did a really fun Patreon show last week.
I want to do another one.
That was good times.
Yeah, well, that was. We had a good amount of people show up too, and we discussed the situation with that piss score. I want to do another one because I had to cut it short because I was spending time with my daughter and we were watching WrestleMania. Yeah. Which was amazing. It was so good this year.
Somebody was asking if anybody saw WrestleMania. I lost touch of wrestling probably 2005-ish.
Oh, dude. Now is the time to jump back on to WWE. Honestly. Now is the time. It's the best it's been in years. It's been so good the last year and a half. Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. I think I was like, what? When God, what's his face? He was on the MTV's was it Real World or the one where they traveled across the country? Either way, it was some guy. I remember he was on like Real World, let's say, and I was like, this guy's a wiener. And then he went to WWE, and I was like, I forget it. Now I'm done.
Yeah, no, wrestling is going through a bit of a
Miz
right now.
That's right. Thank you, William Lou.
The Miz, he should be Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat. No.
Oh, you mean as opposed to like 55-year-old what's his face? Yeah, Carl Urban.
Yeah. Wrestling is going through an interesting phase right now, especially the WWE, because it's there's been a lot of stuff that's come out, the whole Vince McMahon allegations and things like that. So he's out of the company, and Triple H is now finally in control of everything. And man, it's been really good. WWE is just firing on all cylinders right now. Their roster is just stacked with insane talent. And this past weekend was great. The Rock has been showing up the last few weeks on WWE, and they set it up really well.
Yeah, I saw that he was a part of WrestleMania. There was like a whole thing with him and like Roman Reigns and Rhodey.
Yeah, Dusty Rhodes' son.
Dusty Rhodes, there you go. Yeah. So Kenny says that Warner Brothers is silently issuing corrected 4K Blu-rays of the first 4 Rocky films.
Yeah, there's some audio issues with the films. I think one is a little bit more high pitched than what it's supposed to be. It's negligible stuff, but it's stuff that film nerds would probably want to look into. I have the set, and I should probably send it in to get the replacement disc. But
Oh, red.
yeah,
Well, at least they're doing that. That sucks when it's like, well, we know it's messed up, but oh well. Like with some of the Marvel omnibuses, where it's like, we know it's missing a page,
yeah,
but here's a digital. You can get a digital copy of that page, right? And then we're going to reissue the omnibus later, and you can't do anything about it. You can't like trade it in or get it replaced or any of that stuff.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask you because I was thinking about this during lunch. What is the etiquette of pizza when you're splitting a pie with somebody? Are you cutting it down the line, down the middle? That's your side. This is my side. Is it a free for all thing, and you split it up on equal slices? What is the proper etiquette?
I don't know if anything. I don't know what would be proper, but I don't care. I dig in. I grab my piece. You grab your piece. I grab like 2 or 3 pieces. You know?
Yeah. Because if you let me,
you grab your 2 or 3 pieces, and we go back and forth. Because I don't care if you eat more pizza than me. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, I paid half, so I should get 8 slices. I don't care if you get 9 and I only get 7 or whatever the case is. Like I'm not particular about it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because I was thinking about that during because I think to a certain extent there is a bit of etiquette. You know, if there's 1 slice left, you got to ask, hey man, do you want the last slice?
Right.
No, you know, there's a bit of I'm gonna be fair with the other person to it. I think if you cut it down the middle and you go, all right, which is your side? You got to stick to that side. You can't jump around to the other side and take pieces from the other person's side and vice versa. I think it's rude. Or maybe I'm thinking about this too much.
Oh no, maybe because I mean, there's those times where you get that one reject slice. That's like this really skinny slice. Yeah, come on, dude, that doesn't count.
Right. Or you get the slice that there's no toppings on it. There's maybe a pepperoni or the corner of a pepperoni on it.
Right.
Like, I got fucked over on that one.
You're like, man, this is nothing but sauce and cheese almost. I mean, if it's a situation where it's like, hey, we're good at pizza, let's going for a pie. Do you like do you like pineapple on your pizza? No, I don't want pineapple whatsoever. Okay, so we'll split it down the middle, and you do that thing where it's like when you order it, hey, make half of it, pineapple, jalapenos, and pepperoni. Yeah. That's mine, and then you can have whatever garbage you want on your side, and then we could split it like that. But if it's just like I like toppings, doesn't matter, then I think it's just like it's a free for all. Eat what you can eat. I don't care. Like if it's one of those days where it's like, I can only do like 2 slices. You can have the rest of it if you want. I don't care. But here's the real question. How do you reheat your leftover pizza? What do you do?
First, let me address AS. AS, I am still off bread. I did not have pizza for lunch today. It was just a thought that came to my mind. I can't.
But you haven't had pizza in so long or bread in so long that you're fantasizing about it. You're going to start having dreams about bread.
I allow myself a little bit now that I've pretty much almost hit my weight on Fridays. I'm like, I want to make a turkey club at home, and that'll be good. Something like that. And I use sourdough. Sourdough is actually allowed for fatty liver.
And that's fine because, it's moderation. The problem is when you're eating like this processed bread every meal, you're eating it like 20 times a week or whatever, right? Yeah. That's when it becomes a problem. But once you're on like your health kick and you're eating the right way, and your body mechanics kind of change and your metabolism changes, then you go, okay, I can do this like once a week, or every so often I can have bread or follow my diet and eat some cake or whatever the case might be, because the thing is, eating healthy once doesn't make you a healthy person. No. The same way eating shitty once doesn't make you an unhealthy person.
100%. I've never heard this method by NFL dude. Best reheated pizza is in a pan covered with a lid and an ice cube to steam. What?
I've done that. I've
never heard of this. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, because I don't put it in the microwave because that just makes it. I hate leftovers. Ugh. Yeah. I get into like I get in a discussion with my wife about it where I'm like, sometimes she'll make food and then just put it away. I go, you just fucking made leftovers. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it. I don't like leftovers. I don't like reheated food. It doesn't taste the same. If you throw like, chicken in the microwave, it's just going to get all rubbery. Like it just doesn't work for me. That's a personal preference. That's my own like kind of hiccups of things. But with pizza, same thing. I can't throw it in the microwave because it's just going to make it's going to make the bread all wet and weird. Yeah. So I usually do what NFL does. I usually will throw it on like a pan on the stove, and I'll ice cube underneath like a lid, kind of steam it up a little bit. That helps.
Okay. So, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just an oven guy. I'm going to throw it in the oven.
Throw it back in the oven? Yeah.
Throw it in the oven and see. And for a little bit and let it crisp up, and then I'll eat it. Or, you know what? I'm not above eating a cold slice of pizza the next day. I'm not.
Oh, no. I've done that.
Yeah, especially the college years. Come on. You still got a box in the dorm, and you're just like, I wonder if there's,
yeah. You open it up, you're like, there's no pizza, but there's a bunch of cheese stuck to this box. I can go and just nibble on that. That'll be cool.
I have done that. I have done that, man. But this is a comic book show, so what are you reading, Gabe?
I'm still going through the Fantastic Four Epic Collection I was talking about. I haven't made any progress on it in a while.
Okay.
Just life, work, busy. Yeah. By the time I get done with the show here, it's usually like, all right, it's time to start getting the kids around down for bed and that kind of stuff. You know. What are you reading?
Right now, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm still I've downloaded the Sean Murphy Zorro book that he's got about 3 issues out now, and I found that really interesting because I love Sean Murphy's art. I love his writing, so I really want to check that out. It's on my to-read list. I'm keeping up with the Spider-Man stuff, on obviously Jonathan Hickman. I want to read his Gods book that he's writing right now at Marvel. Mm-hmm. I haven't read it at all, so I'm curious.
I haven't read it either, and I haven't heard anything about it.
Me either.
I haven't heard anything, which is odd because usually like a Hickman book is like, dude, this dude is like pulling some strings and twisting some levers and making things happen in the Marvel universe. For this Gods, I totally forgot about it until you just mentioned it.
Yeah, I completely forgot about it. It's kind of interesting because a lot of these writers that they have their big moments, and then they kind of not fall off into obscurity, but they go away, and then the heat dies off of them, and they're doing projects. They're still putting out quality work. People still read their stuff, but it's kind of weird to see how the ebb and tide goes. I was thinking about Scott Snyder specifically because it seems like that's a guy that he's still putting out quality work. People are obviously still reading it. He's doing classes online and things like that. But you don't hear much about him these days.
What's he been writing lately?
I think it's been mostly indie stuff and stuff for his Substack, right?
I have no idea. I can't think of the last thing Scott Snyder that I've heard of. After his Batman
run. He was doing that book with Charles Soule. Undiscovered Country, I think is what it is, or something.
Okay.
He was doing that, and that got picked up. I'm pretty sure that got picked up for a movie. So he's kind of in that. It's really also interesting to see the pathway of a lot of these guys are leaving comics and just going, yeah, I'm gonna go for the money. I'm gonna go do TV shows and movies and things like that. Yeah, guys like Ed Brubaker, who, what is it? Is it Westworld that I think Ed Brubaker worked on, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah,
pretty sure.
Well, he's the one that said that. They tried to give him money for what he did for Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And he said it was insultful. That he made more in the Westworld writing room for one day than what they were trying to offer him as a kickback or whatever, an incentive, whatever you might refer to it as, for his contributions to Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So then that's how you're saying. That's why all these big writers that I grew up with or that I loved the last 10 years or so have just kind of stepped away from comics and are doing. I'm assuming they're doing other stuff because I don't pay attention to credits and who's writing this movie or who's writing this TV show, but they talk about they just go and do other stuff, video games, movies, TV shows.
Right.
it's just a money thing, you know.
Right. It's you can't blame him. I mean, you can't blame him for taking the bag. For the last few years, I'm wondering, Matt Fraction has been kind of quiet lately. You know, he put out Jimmy Olsen and then he went quiet. And I was watching the Monsterverse stuff and I'm like, oh shit, Matt Fraction was one of the head creative people on this show. Good for him.
Yeah. AS says Gods is good. It's definitely out there though. Like big cosmic concepts. See, that's what I like about Hickman. Is that dude is, I don't know what kind of mushrooms he's taking or whatever it is, but man, he always comes up with some hardcore concepts. And let's give a shout out to Super Laugh Hard. I missed the show for about a week and a half and actually lost weight.
Here's a bit of a hot take.
Lost weight not watching the show.
I think Jonathan Hickman is a better writer than Grant Morrison.
I've enjoyed Hickman's work more, consistently more than Morrison. Morrison's always, I've said it here on the show plenty of times, bro. Morrison is so hit and miss. Yeah. He's so I matrix a lot of his stuff.
But when he hits, he hits and he knocks it out of the park.
It's a tsunami wave when his stuff hits. What was the last great thing he did?
Which I think the thing is with Hickman is I think Hickman is more consistent. Morrison, when he hits, is what is this, man?
Yeah.
Multiversity was probably the last big thing he did, right? His Green Lantern stuff was really good.
Oh, that's right. He did that with Liam Sharp. I haven't read that yet.
It's good. Let me get my charger. I'll be back.
But I heard it's wacky Morrison Green Lantern stuff anyways, which is, is what it is. Kenny, it's sad that a lot of the star writers and artists from DC and Marvel have left, and some of the books have suffered because it's sad that is, but I think it's a result of everything to do with the comic book industry. I mean, I've always kind of fall under the idea that people don't leave jobs because of the job itself. It's because of their supervisor or their work environment, things like that they don't really have too much control over.
Bingo.
So that's the same thing with these comic book writers and artists. From what I've heard, and this is from Mark Miller, is that these guys are making they get paid no money. I don't want to say any numbers. I think I'm wrong in my head, but Mark Miller said that he was making $1,000 a comic book, or was it $1,000 a page? No, maybe it was $100. Either way, he was saying he was making buttloads of money in his heyday at Marvel, compared to what the guys are making now are fractions of what they were making then. Plus, nobody gets those creator contracts anymore, where if you create a character, you have a shared interest in it. Rob Liefeld has a shared interest in every single Marvel character that he created. So that's Cable, Deadpool, most of the X-Force cast. So whenever a t-shirt, anything is made, they show up in a movie, Rob Liefeld gets a cut of that. Same with Todd McFarlane on Venom, David Michelinie for Venom, things like that. These people are getting cuts of stuff. They don't do that anymore. So the idea of getting the bag requires them to forget it. I'm going to go do storyboards. I'm going to write for movies. I'm going to write for TV shows, because drawing comics is a young man's game, where if you're sitting at that drawing board 10, 12 plus hours a day, 6, 7 days a week, away from family, away from a normal life, away from being able to take care of yourself healthy wise, you got to go where you can thrive. So I see why they would do it, and I back them up 100%. But it does suck that the quality of comics suffer because of them leaving, but as also just a result of them not being able to sustain their livelihoods doing that anymore. Brubaker and Rucka were in the writing room for an animated Batman show that Warner canned from Max and sold to some crap stream service. I think it's still in development hell if it's not fully dead. Kenny again, Mark Waid's my favorite comic book writer, enjoying most of his stuff except for his Avengers run in early 2010s. I don't think I read Mark Waid's stuff in 2010. NFL dude, Morrison did the Wonder Woman Earth 1 trilogy. That's right. They wrote a novel called Luda a few years ago. And I still want to read it.
That's right. Morrison's writing prose novels now.
I know. I have his Super Gods. That's the only one of his that I got because it was like just him ranting off about comic books and the industry and history of it. And stuff.
Wizard Fight, Morrison or Alan Moore?
What was the category again? What was the
Wizard Fight, Morrison or Alan Moore? Basically, who do you think's a better writer, Morrison or Alan Moore? That's always been kind of that's for the longest time has been the whole thing of who's the better guy at writing, Morrison or Alan Moore.
I think they just have their own strengths.
They do.
I don't think one's better than the other. I think it's just it's like comparing, I don't know, athletes. Like who's better, Michael Jordan or Joe Montana? Like you're talking about two different sports. You're talking about completely different disciplines, completely different workouts, completely different everything, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think Alan Moore, I love this stuff and I followed his stuff up until he kind of stopped doing like mainstream comics and he kind of turned his back and he was just kind of pumping out weird, random League of Extraordinary Gentlemen books through like a different publisher.
That was a weird time. I remember.
Yeah. Because I got his Providence stuff, like all that, like Providence and Crossroads stuff or Courtyard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Morrison though, like I said, he's always been very hit and miss. Like I'm very apprehensive and a little gun shy when it comes down to starting anything Morrison that I haven't heard is awesome, like perfect, great. Because his Batman run's great. His X-Men run is fantastic. Like that's some of the best reboots of X-Men ever.
All-Star Superman is probably the best Superman story ever told.
Yep. Then things like Joe the Barbarian.
It's so good.
His Justice League run. I mean, there's a lot that he does, but there's also things where it's like Invisibles, where I'm like, oh, I don't know what you're trying to tell me, dude. I'm not smart enough, or I'm not drugged up enough, or I don't have the same life experience you have. I don't know where you're going, where you're coming from.
Yeah, then you look at Alan Moore and his record is just Watchmen alone is incredible. Then you've got things like V for Vendetta. His Swamp Thing run is one of the greatest horror comics of all time.
Changed comics, absolutely. Yeah. And then once the comics caught up to him, then his stuff wasn't that special anymore.
Yeah,
I guess
I can see that.
Right?
I can see that. Tom Strong, you were reading that, right?
I was reading that. That was all good. All that ABC stuff is really good. That, like Promethea, I haven't read any of that stuff yet, but I know the art in it is fantastic with Joshua or J.H. Williams. But that Tom Strong stuff is no pun intended. That stuff is really strong. That's some fun stuff.
Yeah, it's a shame Alan Moore hates superheroes now.
I mean, when you've been like,
I know,
when you've been screwed over that bad, over and over again,
Alan Moore wrote Crossed. Most people don't remember that. He wrote a good chunk of a good few issues of Crossed, right?
Well, yeah. No, he wrote Cross 100, which was like a mini series, and maybe one other thing. Maybe I think it might have been just that Cross 100 stuff. But get that bag, right? He was working for Rob Liefeld at Extreme doing Supreme for a while, and was getting something like $20,000 a story or something outrageous like that.
Yeah, where do you stand on the whole Alan Moore thing? Because he's said he got screwed over by DC.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting thing, but because you're going in, it's work for hire, isn't it? Right?
It's also like it's in the contracts. It was. I don't know the contracts. I haven't seen it, but from things that were disclosed, like, hey, you get the rights back once it goes out of print. And then DC never lets it go out of print, right? So I mean, it's one of those things, and they still pay him out, but apparently he refuses to cash the checks. So he's either standing his ground or he's a crazy person.
I think a little bit of both. I think you need a
I
little
mean,
bit of
I'm
madness.
sure he's got that fuck you money from like other things. So
he probably doesn't even do the convention. Alan Moore strikes me as the
no.
type of guy that he just kind of chills at home in a bath with the rug and just, writes his stories, and he's like, yeah, fuck it, whatever.
Here's a good point too from Super Laugh Art. Alan Moore does not hate superheroes or comics. He hates the industry. Garth Ennis, on the other hand.
Has Garth Ennis ever flat out said? I've heard that before. Has he flat out said he hates superheroes?
Not that I know of, but I wouldn't be surprised.
The Boys.
I mean, how often does he really write superheroes? Like mainstream superheroes? Like he did The Boys, but that's more of a like a breakdown of if superheroes were real, they'd all be complete fucking tools, right? Just they'd be treated like how we treat celebrities. They'd all would have their own Epstein Island, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of that take of things. And that's one thing too, man. I was reading Garth Ennis is a preacher not too long ago, but then I put a pin in it to read Superior Foes of Spider-Man.
I need to read that for the show. I need to. I keep
forgetting. I think I'm the only person who read it. Everybody's like, let's read it.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna start it right now. No. I actually did.
I will sit down with it this weekend. I'll work some time in, and I'll sit down with it this weekend. It's like I said, it's been friggin' nuts at my job with these changes, with these unnecessary changes and stuff like that they've had to make and things, and I'm just like, okay, all right, I'm so done with this place.
Well, no, I understand, dude. I'm the same way. Not that I'm done. Like I don't hate my job whatsoever. I just want to do something a little more different.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it when we were doing Patreon. Like I want to get into like some kind of a trade. I just don't know how to do that yet. I might have to kind of do some more research.
Yeah.
But I want to do something that's a little bit more like blue collar, that's a little more sustainable with things.
I'm not gonna put his stuff out there, but Venom Spawn, he told us how much he's making for his job, and I'm like, when can I start?
Yeah. How do I get into being an electrician, like or HVAC or a welder? Like let me do some manly work. And my idea is, and I said it before, is I think there's so much automation that's going to come down the road with AI and everything like that a lot of service jobs are just going to disappear.
Well, some people in the chat will know better than I, but I think a lot of these tech guys that they're sitting at home making close to six figures, writing basic code and stuff like that, are going to hit the wall pretty soon with AI and everything that's kind of creeping up on them and things like that. I know there's probably this is all hypothetical stuff. I know very little of the tech industry. So if anybody out there was working in the tech industry and wants to correct me, please do. But it kind of seems like a lot of those positions, they're going to be phasing them out in the next few years. And we're seeing it more and more is that kind of, okay, we're hiring a bunch of people because of COVID and everybody's at home and stuff like that. And we're 4 years out of it and we don't need you anymore. We're paying you how much for 3 hours worth of work a day? Yeah, no, get out of here.
Or even just like every store is self-checkout. Yeah. That cashier job is going to be obsolete sooner or later. A
lot of them are going that route. Which, hey,
I'm going to do this again real quick. Everybody check it out. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong.
How is that?
Wow. This is the most I've done it.
That does that?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's amazing. I didn't know that.
That thing's rad, dude.
That's fantastic. I need a copy of that now.
I think Jess is looking for one, but they're sold out everywhere. There's a Kong one that makes like a Kong roar.
Yeah.
But who wants a Kong roar? Like it's somebody tell me what the Kong roar sounds like, right? Nobody knows. Nobody cares. But everybody knows Godzilla.
Man, I didn't know that about that issue.
Hey, mijo. Bye, buddy.
Super Laugh Hard says, I heard a quote that I like. We can't create artificial intelligence until we make and understand artificial stupidity. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, those people that are doing coding and stuff like that, like, good luck, bro.
It's looking a little
things
crazy.
Are going to change. And you know what? That's why I was like, I think a trade might be the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked to our 12-year-old. It's like, look, man, if you don't want to go to college, it's perfectly fine. If you want to pick up a trade, we have no issue with you picking up a trade,
Absolutely.
whether it's electricity, cooking, whatever. But the important thing is you just end up doing something. Hell, I'm in the same boat as you, where I was thinking about going, you know what? I could see myself working with electricity or being an electrician or something like that.
Sure.
Just working with my hands.
Yeah, I know I can learn. You know, I trust myself, and I have no problem starting over. Like, I'm all about starting over from scratch. So
A lot of these places will pay you to go to the school too.
yeah,
They'll
I'm hoping to find something like that. Like, I gotta do some research. I might know some people who know people. You know, that kind of thing. But
they'll cover the books, they'll cover the classes and stuff like that. It's cool,
bro. Oh, did you see the new Joker trailer? Has anybody seen that yet?
Did. Yes, I did. What'd you think of it?
I haven't seen it because I don't want to see a musical.
Really?
I just didn't get around to seeing the trailer. I know it's out.
Okay.
I saw the one that was just Joaquin Phoenix like laughing in the rain.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I know there's like a full-on trailer. I just haven't gotten around to seeing it yet.
It looks good. It looks really good. I think you and I were probably the biggest ones that love the first movie in the group.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jess ever saw it. I know Riley never saw it. And I think Omar didn't care for it too much, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that.
I think a lot of people were taken back by, like, I don't know, the realism of it, like the violence in it or something like that, you know?
Yeah. I love the first movie. I've seen it a whole bunch of times. I love Joaquin Phoenix's version of the Joker. Man, I am really looking forward to it. The new trailer looks really promising. Lady Gaga plays Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And look, man, I think she's gonna steal it. I think she's gonna be a really good Harley Quinn. The thing is, she's not a psychiatrist. She's actually an inmate with the Joker. At least that's what it appears to be like in the trailer. So we'll see how that plays out. They're seemingly changing quite a few things as far as the origin and everything like that. So it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Deadpool's coming out. I'm expecting another Deadpool trailer to come out soon. That's like the only movie I'm really looking forward to this year. I think.
There's quite a few things that I'm looking. Monkey Man just came out. I really want to check that out. I have a laundry list of stuff that I want to see. There's that movie. What's his face? David Desmalchian, Midnight with the Devil, or something like that. That I think it's got some crazy score on Rotten Tomatoes, and they're saying it's a modern horror classic. Oh, what's it called? It's on Shudder in a few weeks, and I'm gonna be watching it. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. It looks really good.
I'm trying to find a list of what's coming out this year in movies. What's the movie? And then at the same time, it's
Late Night with the Devil. That's the name of the movie.
Okay. At the same time, there's so many like everything's coming out like in 4K all over again. They're re-releasing everything.
Yeah. What's happened? Well, what's happened is a lot of the studios have realized, oh shit, the streaming thing isn't panning out like we thought it would. So let's kind of go do a balance. Let's start putting stuff out in 4K and everything like that. I mean, Disney for the longest time had a very strong no. It's on Disney Plus. We're not releasing it out. And now we've had The Mandalorian season 1 and 2 out on disc. Look, all those discs look incredible. They blow the streaming out of the water. They look so damn good. Honestly, it's crazy. So I think we've got Falcon and the Winter Soldier's coming out sometime this year. Andor's coming out as well.
No, you mean Captain America: New World Order? That's next year.
No. I'm talking about the TV show.
They're not doing a sequel. Oh, you mean on Blu-ray? Or
yeah. The Blu-ray. The Blu-rays are coming out finally this year.
I want to get on some of those Blu-rays. I just want to be able to own that stuff. I wish they would go back and put like Daredevil, the Netflix Daredevil, on like 4K or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, AC Luda knows what's up. He's right there. We're together on this. Yeah, give me that Charlie Cox in 4K, son.
Yeah, it makes me laugh because Well, we know what happened with the Daredevil TV show, that they got about 4 episodes in, and Kevin Feige and Disney stepped in and said, "What the fuck are you?"
Dude, they totally scrapped it because it was like Foggy and
Foggy's
Karen
dead. Karen's dead.
Apparently, it was all just like a courtroom procedural kind of thing, and they scrapped it and just started all over. And apparently, so they scrapped and restarted Daredevil. Apparently, they're doing. They filmed like half the show, right?
Yeah.
And they did it again. This is probably the second or third time that they've done it for Blade.
Yeah, Blade is in trouble.
They let everybody go other than I can't see his name, but homeboy that's playing Blade.
Mahershala Ali.
Sure. So that got dumped. Like, I mean, I was like, all right, I get it. So, Kevin Feige saw that this wasn't working out, so let's scrap it. And then they're scrap Daredevil and start over again. Now they got the Punisher. Now they're bringing in Bullseye apparently, and it's Kingpin as the mayor, and that whole kind of storyline. Rad, let's do it. I'm ready for that.
It kind of feels like they're just merging the Netflix stuff in. Which, if they are, bring back Jessica Jones. Bring her back. She was great in that series. Bring back the dude that did Luke Cage. He's great as well.
Michael Kodler.
Michael Coulter. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Bring him back. He was great as Luke Cage. Let's finish up that story, man. Because the last season of Luke Cage had him becoming the Kingpin of Harlem. So let's go back to that. Let's see how that plays out.
How about not bringing back homeboy that played Iron Fist, but bringing back?
No.
I'm bringing back, but let that guy have more than 2 weeks of martial arts training.
But that was on him, right? Isn't that what they said, that he didn't want to train martial arts or whatever?
I don't know. I'm hearing conflicting stories that they only had 2 weeks before filming, or he just didn't want to. But yeah, that Iron Fist, I didn't last that long watching. I don't think I've seen the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
But man, those 3 seasons of Daredevil are the best.
That's so good.
Are the best. Oh my god. AC watched the Blade trilogy recently. A TV series and Blade 2 style horror elements would be great. They did a Blade TV show with cross-eyed sticky figures from Onyx.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did.
A TV show.
They did a Blade TV show with homeboy sticky figures.
I refuse to acknowledge that they did a Blade TV show, man. I refuse to. Just like I when I do my Blade rewatch, I only watch the first 2.
Dude, the third one's good. I like the third one a lot.
We have gotten into this before. I don't like the third Blade. I like Ryan Reynolds in that. Because it's just Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds, and
he was playing Deadpool for the first time in that.
Pretty much, yeah.
I remember watching that movie in theaters and going like, "Hey, man, that's you could be Deadpool."
Yeah.
Look at this.
Triple H is in that movie. You remember that Triple H?
Yeah. He was one of the like hoity-toity vampires that had like a little vampire like Pomeranian dog or something. Yeah. Look at this Blade TV show. He was always wearing the sunglasses because his eyes are crossed.
Oh, I forgot all about that. That was Spike when Spike first started.
Was that Spike TV?
That was Spike TV, if I'm not mistaken, when it first started, where Spike was billed as the man's channel. Okay.
Was that back when they had oh no, wait. I always remember Spike as just being like a lot of like extreme sports. And like that was really it, I think, right? That's all I really remember on there was just extreme sports.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I haven't. Is Spike even still around? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what channels are around anymore. I don't have cable. I think most people at this point don't have cable.
Yeah, it was Spike TV. Okay. I mean, it's part of the Paramount Network, apparently.
Which, man, let me tell you, these subscription services are getting out of fucking hand with these prices. It's insane. So my wife and I, we're starting to do more of a cost breakdown of everything that we spend in the house, right?
Sure.
We're trying to save up, we're trying to be more responsible with our finances and things like that. And when I saw the amount that we spend on streaming services, I was like, what the fuck? We spend that much on just streaming stuff. It's crazy because we have to our fault, we have everything.
Okay.
Everything for streaming because it's Friday night. We don't really want to go anywhere. Let's see what's on Paramount.
You can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Everything's too much to do anything.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, let's see what's on Paramount. Let's see what's on Peacock. Let's see what's on Shudder because I love Shudder.
Yeah.
So it's just getting way too out of hand, and I'm kind of wondering what the future is going to look like for some of these streaming services, because I think what's going to happen with some of these streaming services is they're going to tier content off. Oh, you want to watch the new Stranger Things the day before? You need to have this tier of Netflix where it's $25, or you get it a week later and it's $15 or $20 a month or something like that. I think they're going to start tiering stuff up. I think they're going to start doing fees. I think they're going to start doing fees if you cancel something.
Oh, so if you just sign up to watch Stranger Things and cancel it, like, a week later or something. Yeah.
They hit you with a fee. Oh, okay. Well, here's a $15 fee for canceling early or something. You know how when you try to cancel something like a gym membership and they hit you with a fee or something like that? I think something along those lines.
We've canceled a lot of our streaming services. Not canceled, but we canceled because we're getting it through like our cell phone service.
Yeah. I don't pay for HBO. I get HBO through AT&T.
Yeah, I think we get HBO, Apple, and Max, I want to say, through our cell phone service.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's and some of these ads are just egregious as all get out.
It's all pharmaceutical stuff. It's the worst.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
We bit the bullet and we are paying for ad-free Hulu. Mm-hmm. Because we kept getting hair loss stuff, ED stuff. And I'm just like, my kids are freaking watching some of this stuff, man. What? Come on. No. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So we bit the bullet on that. We're doing the ads on Netflix, and I think that's really the only one that we're doing ads on, Netflix, because Netflix's pricing is just stupid. Prime is still Prime, which Fallout, the TV show, is airing right now. I can't wait to watch it.
Oh, is that out already? Okay, because Walter Goggins is in it. I want to check that out.
Dude, it's getting amazing reviews. Okay. It's right o'clock. I think 8 or 10 episodes have just dropped right now at 9 o'clock.
Oh, right on, dude. I mean, I'll probably check that out tonight then.
Well, you're a Walton Goggins guy. You love.
I love Walter Goggins. Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I'll pay the extra $2 because Prime now is you'll have ads with your stuff unless you pay an extra $3 a month or something. I bit the bullet on that. I'm like, okay, $3 a month, sure, I'll pay the extra $2.
Like I never mind TV, or I never mind commercials on cable or regular TV back in the day. I never mind because it's like, all right, here's I can go take a whiz, or I can go, oh shit, I remember I had TiVo. For those of you that had TiVo, and you would just kind of bypass the commercials anyways.
Yeah.
Well, at least the commercials were like, soda, pizza, the toy, Transformer toys when I was watching Transformers or whatever, But just, like you said, like the ads now, like I
can't count how many times I've gotten Hims ads. I'm like,
like our kids watch YouTube a lot on my wife's YouTube account. So we had to pay for the ad-free service of that because I don't want them like getting anywhere near like those kinds of commercials and stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, so, absolutely. We my youngest, a lot of the videos that she watches, my 1-year-old, it's YouTube stuff because you can find a lot of really great educational content for toddlers on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of my kids is like being able to like develop what limited language and speech they do have. They got it from like watching videos, educational stuff on YouTube and PBS Kids.
Absolutely.
So
yeah,
but I don't want them sitting through like, a 2-minute commercial about why my dick doesn't work.
So I'm this close from just biting the bullet and just going, you know what, I'll just get ad-free YouTube because YouTube is actually the thing we use the most in the house because of my kids. They watch that stuff all day. So it just makes sense for me to pony up and pay. I think it's like $15 a month for ad-free YouTube, something like that.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to bite the bullet eventually and just do it.
Yeah, I mean, some of these streaming services, like I'm trying to figure out which ones I'm using the most to keep and which ones I'm not using. I think Netflix I don't really use, honestly. And the thing is, with all these services, it's not like everything's available. You know, there's like I was listening to something and they were talking about Steven Seagal, and I was like, oh, dude, I want to watch Out for Justice or Hard to Kill. So I Google like Hard to Kill streaming, and it's like, oh, it's on Apple, but I gotta rent it for $4. I'm like, fuck, I don't, like, what's the point if not everything is available? I might as well, if I want to pay $4, I might as well pay like $12 and get the Blu-ray of it or something.
Yeah. What about Dogma? You can't watch Dogma anywhere except for that DVD copy that was out years ago. It's massively out of print.
I had that Blu-ray. I couldn't find it. I might have sold it in a garage sale or something. But
yeah, I think Dogma's not on streaming anywhere legally.
Yeah.
28 Days Later. You have a Blu-ray copy of 28 Days Later.
Yeah, I got the Blu-ray.
You can't stream it. You can't anywhere right now.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens, but it is what it is, right? But again, like, why am I having all these streaming services if it's not everything? And then even like Max and all these other kind of services that just say dump stuff, taking it off the platform.
Let's see what the chat has to say.
Dogma's on YouTube. I think most of my streaming services are packaged together with my cell phone service. That's the way to do it.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah. Dean Winchester. I mean, there's Bullseye, Kingpin, Daredevil, and Punisher. If they manage to ruin a TV show with this team, it will be a scandal. Yet it's Disney, so that would not be a surprise.
Hey, have you been keeping up with X-Men?
No, not that I haven't. Not that I'm avoiding it. I haven't seen the last 2 new episodes yet.
I haven't seen the last 2 new episodes either. But man, everything that I'm hearing is that this new episode,
I'm going to check it out. I just haven't. I don't know why I've just sat here at work and just watched it. But I just haven't gone around to it.
There is a lot of Gambit apparently gets to shine in this new episode, man.
Nah, that's my boy.
That's your boy. So
with that crop top shirt, I totally would support that. If they made that Gambit crop top shirt, I would wear it. I'd be in. I'd wear that to the gym and everything.
Which kind of makes me wonder, with that whole situation with the creator of the show, Bo DiMaggio, or however you say his name, and all the stuff that went on behind the scenes, and the crazy amount of response and reviews that the series is getting. You think Disney might be going, shit, can we get him back? We'll probably this.
There's been very, very little information brought out about what happened with him and why he was removed or whatever.
Yeah.
But I have seen some stuff that's, and how I am. I don't care. I don't believe everything that's said. But I have seen some negative stuff. Like he was like an asshole on in the writer's room or whatever the case might be. But who knows? Who knows, right?
Unfortunately, it could be one of those things where, he's an asshole in the writer's room, but man, the show is cooking with gas right now.
I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, I've had some asshole bosses, and it's like they kind of got to be that way to kind of get people to do what they need to get done, And it's all about how you accept it and how you put up with it, right? But who knows? I mean, everybody's off the show anyways, right? Oh, no, wait. They apparently got renewed for 2 more seasons, so we'll see what happens.
Did it? It doesn't surprise me if it did. I think they said they're already working on season 2, which... Dude, the show is blowing up everywhere. Everybody's talking about it right now.
I need to get back into it. I'm going to check it out. Makes me want to go back and watch the original X-Men all over again.
I still need to do that.
I do want to go. I'm thinking about reading Dan Slott's Silver Surfer pretty soon.
Beautiful story.
Yeah, I want to read that
story.
I need more Silver Surfer in my life since they ruined it in the movies already.
Okay, come on. Give it a shot, man. You don't know. We don't know.
Not happening.
There's speculation that this is an alternate universe and that they're going to jump into the main MCU universe.
Well, then maybe an alternate version of me will care.
I don't know, man. I'm cautiously optimistic. How about that?
I am. They've killed all my enthusiasm because I was even saying before any of this, I was like, I'm in. I cannot wait for the Fantastic Four. I'm gonna buy some. I'm gonna go bankrupt because I got to buy hot toys. I got to buy T-shirts. Like that's I'm the Fantastic Four guy. I love Silver Surfer.
That's true.
But I'm not not impressed by the director because I wasn't really that impressed with WandaVision.
Okay, fair.
I mean, I liked WandaVision; it was fine, but it was a very small and closed story, right? It's all about just in this one little town.
True.
And there was a big boner joke when they try to pull it over us. Like, hey, Quicksilver is back. Sweet. Oh no, that's not Quicksilver. That's some dude named Boner. Ha ha. Like all that, right?
That was a terrible mistake.
So I'm not
I can't believe nobody.
I'm not buying Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic whatsoever. I'm not buying it.
I can't believe nobody in the writer's room for that boner joke went, guys, this isn't going to work. Your fans are going to fucking hate this.
And then so casting of Reed Richards, I don't buy. I'm not super impressed with the rest of the cast either.
Oh, you love the dude from that show, The Bear. He's a great
doesn't mean doesn't mean I have to like him as Ben Grimm. I don't know.
Okay.
I always see Ben Grimm as more of like a big kind of like football player, tough guy kind of thing, like homeboy from The Bear, great actor and all, but he seems like a chump.
What if this sets up the Maker? Pedro Pascal becomes a villain.
Cool, but it does look like it could be an alternate universe. It can be it from like what they've shown in the posters. And the horrible casting of Silver Surfer, sure, but why do we need a 0-issue movie? Why do we need a nonsense movie before we get into the real characters?
Fair. And Pedro Pascal is not getting any younger. Pedro Pascal is, I think, pushing close to 50 at this point.
Yeah, if not already past 50. I don't buy him as Mr. Fantastic. He doesn't seem to be that archetype of I'm the smartest person in the room, but I'm and I have like the hottest wife in the world, and I could solve anything, and I'm not really paying attention to you. Like that whole like leadership role, I don't really see it from him. I don't know, but that just the idea of the messed up casting of Silver Surfer. Like if it is an alternate universe, it's dumb. Why do we have to have like a fake universe? Because we already did it once. We already had the Fantastic Four, or at least Reed Richards, in an alternate universe in Multiverse of Madness.
God, he was so good. I mean, we just got a little. He would have been perfect. He's young enough that you could do it. He's a great actor. God, I really feel like they just could not make that work, or they dropped the ball with him. He would have been great. You just reminded me that issue with Hickman's Fantastic Four, where Valeria is talking to Doom, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I've been smarter than my father for about 3 or 4 years now at this point, so I'm more intelligent than him." It's like, holy shit.
I mean, it could easily have just kind of, added a lot of Hickman stuff and did Hickman stuff, Do you think that a miracle will happen and somehow DD Born Again will maintain Netflix quality even though Jeff Loeb and Drew Goddard, even without Jeff Loeb and Drew Goddard? It's always possible. Doesn't mean that, Jeff Loeb and Drew Goddard isn't the only people that can tell a good Daredevil story. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Daredevil is like my other below Fantastic Four is Daredevil. I love that character. That's my boy. So we'll see. I'm interested. Nothing's pissed me off so far, but we'll see what happens. NFL dude, I've been reading Ultimate Fantastic Four this week, and there's a lot of time travel and dimension crossing hopping. I totally see the FF starting in alternate reality, and they travel to the MCU.
That's kind of what a lot of people are speculating, is that they're getting an alternate classic 1960s, which kind of lends to the whole female Silver Surfer, and when they jump into the main, and apparently the main villain is Galactus. That's what's rumored, and I'm just like, okay, fine, cool.
I mean, if you want to do a what if, then just do it in what if. If you want to do alternate stuff,
Yeah.
Again, I just don't see like here's not the real characters, and we're going to get the real characters in the second movie or whatever. We're going to do the Galactus trilogy with this fake Silver Surfer, waste all that. Samantha, Gabe, who would you have cast for Mr. Fantastic? I would have backed up like U-Hauls and U-Hauls and U-Hauls of cash into John Krasinski's swimming pool. I would have found all the blackmail, dirty pictures, whatever it took to get him to be Reed Richards.
You were at this Diddy party. You remember that? All right, we got
that. Yeah, you were at Diddy. You're on Epstein Island.
If not, we can make it look like it. Okay,
yeah.
So get with the picture. You're Mr. Fantastic.
You were at that one political place, the Grove, where they burned all the effigy stuff. Like, yeah I did whatever it takes to have gotten John Krasinski to stay as Mr. Fantastic.
Man. And his wife, Emily Blunt. You know that's you could not cast that any better, man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm ready because I'm running on fumes.
Let's do it, dude. Let's make it work. Real quick, William Lee. Yeah, you know what? I would say Silver Surfer, Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, X-Men, Daredevil.
Okay.
That's probably my Marvel stuff.
Fair.
Maybe Daredevil, X-Men. That's
it's up there.
I've read more X-Men than I probably have Daredevil, but I like Daredevil a little bit more because it's a singular character. I like singular characters a lot more. Like other than the Fantastic Four, but they work together. It's not like the X-Men where it's like, oh, the roster changes every 10 issues, and oh, I like Gambit, but he was only in these 3 issues, and now I gotta go follow him here, or you just they write him out and that kind of stuff. All right, so let's go and get this started, man. We're out of here, guys. Thanks so much for showing up. One more again. Remember, visit InStockTrades.com for all your Omnibus trade paperback, hardcover, epic collections, manga. All your collected edition needs are available at InStockTrades.com. Don't pay full price for these heavy, expensive books. Get them here where you can get up to 50% off, a lot of times more. Check out those red tag sales. And there's like 60, 75% off. Some wild deals you can see there. You make an order of $50 or more in the United States. You get free shipping. Once a month, we give away a In-Stock Trade $50 gift card live on the show, open to everybody who's watching us. And we do that randomly. We used to do it at the end of the month. Now, just for fun, we like to kind of change it up a little bit, and we kind of pick a random day in a week to do that. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're watching us live so that you can get a chance to win that $50 gift card. Awesome customer service. Number 1 spot ever to get your collected edition needs. InStockTrades.com. Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that free shipping is where it's at. The heavy books, shipping's going up too. Like everything's going up. I think I saw like Media Mail for some place was charging me like $8, $9. Like, geez. So, it is what it is. All right, Lou. I know you're the same way as me. We're not really on social media other than here on YouTube for Omnibros.
Not really.
So catch us there.
Yeah,
and I think that's that, everybody. Any final words, Mr. Lou?
No, man. No. Check out the Patreon. I'm brainstorming a few things that with the whole situation of me looking for work and things like that, I'm reevaluating stuff, and I'm like, what do I really love doing? So I'm considering starting kind of a separate show for myself and things like that. Just to, I don't know. I love doing the Patreon with people. That's for damn sure. Patreon's super fun. I'm spitballing ideas for a separate show for myself. So we'll see. I thought about doing another YouTube channel and stuff, but I know my time's gonna be limited and all that too. Yeah. So all right, guys. Everybody's been pitching. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Tune in tomorrow for manga, right? Manga with Gio and Riley. We'll see. Riley's got like some kind of throat disease or something.